I usually prepare for a cyclone and a wet season at the beginning of November.
You need to have fresh water and food.
Lights, batteries, torch.
Getting boats out of the water and secured.
I have sandbags.
You need to be able to have a chainsaw so that you can get your way out.
I thought, this is going to be a beauty, this one. Oh, well, the cyclone will move on and we'll be right. But that didn't happen, did it?
It's the rains and that low pressure system that came with it. That's what really affected us.
The rain just kept pouring down. It just didn't let up.
It was up through the window here.
We're walking into fire deep water. You didn't know what was coming at you because it's dirty, it's brown, it's horrible.
And apparently there was a boat drifted out next door, so we grabbed it and put all our swag in the boat.
We were up there, you can see the pipe going down. We were sitting on top of that roof up there and we climbed out that window and then all we could see is the water rushing past so fast. It was scary, all this debris and the silt.
And I fell down in the mud, almost like quicksand, sort of all the way up to the top of my thighs. And I didn't have my phone with me, there was no one around.
Went over the roof of my home.
So we got to the end of that roof and the water was rising quickly, still. And there was logs and sticks and all that coming through the water and it was dark. And the water kept rising and each side of us we put a few palm fronds that we clutched on.
Sheds going past, you could see caravan that went out the gate, you could see cars that were going past, and I thought, Lord, please don't let big trees hit this house, it's wood, and we're going to go with it.
And I hadn't seen anybody for a week or more at that stage. I was just here completely by myself. And I had got to my last 20 litres of petrol for the generator at that stage. And no power meant no internet, no radio, no nothing, no lights, nothing.
Yeah, but frightened, yeah. With kids were crying, grandchildren. Yeah, they all jumped in the boat and took them up. Yeah, the boys were swimming here. They couldn't touch the ground.
Because we had no power either, no power, no water, no nothing.
But it got deeper and the dog, even though he's a big dog, he lost his footing, pulling us off the roof. And we knew that it would kill us, so we had to actually make the decision to let our dog, 10-year-old dog, he got swept off. And we stood there all night.
And then the next day we come back here and we open that door and the mud. That was the worst. The challenging thing was the mud.
We were exhausted due to you're out there every day for 8 hours doing heavy work. The next time the rain stops and the next time you start to get that heavy downpour, you start to get a little bit triggered, like I'm not quite ready yet. I'm not rested yet because you're still running on adrenaline from day after day after day.
100%, it was extremely tiring, a lot of manual labour, chainsawing, digging, pulling.
And I had my thongs on my hands and I used them as like little snowshoes in the mud and lifted my legs out of the mud, and then I crawled out of the mud until I got to somewhere that was a little bit solid.
We managed to get a lot of donated supplies, donated fuel drums and fuel tanks from places like the neighbourhood centre, and getting all of that stuff up there to them on Christmas Day was really special.
So I think you really need to be kind to yourself, because that's the difficult part afterwards, because you need to be able to rest knowing that you've done everything you possibly can.
So we moved up to the clubhouse. Oh, it's tasty, you know.
And we're able to finally put our bottoms down, which was a relief after standing for about 14 hours. And then I sat in the water on the other roof up to there with my head out of the rain, and it slowly went down, and Buffy was in the mangosteen tree and he swam over to me on the roof.
That it took a community effort to get everybody back and running.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable how the community just all worked together.
So we just try to help each other out here.
When you are in that position of being able to do something, go for it, reach out and give it all you've got, because you can really help some people.
Helping people wasn't hard.
it was not being able to help people, which was a real difficulty.
The lessons I've learned is that people rely on people. It's changed us in a way that's, the community is so close now.
Yeah, it's made you fully aware that what can happen, and I think everyone will be prepared better this time, for sure.
I've learnt that material things don't matter, and that it's a lot easier in life to have less. I've just learnt to expect the unexpected, and that every day is a blessing. And I've learnt that things come back, like nature, birds. Like at first there were no bees or lots of things. The place was, things come back. It's just a new, different way.